So here we are, reunited, and it feels so good.
It feels so great.
Hello, Adri.
Hello, Jason.
Man, I missed you.
I missed your face. You look good. You look younger. Did you shave? Did you cut your hair?
That's what it was. I shaved.
Okay.
Although, we'll see how long that goes, because we're heading into fall here. It's October 3rd when we're recording this. So, yeah, I feel like no shave November's just around the corner.
Yes, it is.
And there's some charitable things going on.
Absolutely.
In the
Breast
market,
Cancer
in the city
Awareness
that we
Month.
work in. Yeah, so there's some things there that, I might just might let grow out.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll get to ZZ Top status by the end of November, but
we'll reach for that next year. There
we go. We have to do a whole episode sometime on ZZ Top. Right?
Love those guys. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, LaGrange and Tush and the Eliminator album.
Yeah, so good.
We'll have to do like maybe a classic album clash on ZZ Top.
Let's do it.
Like put two of their best works up against each other like we did with the Prince episode.
I'm in on that, yes.
So, we're doing some welcome back banter here, and we do have some exciting news to share about the podcast.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Since we've been on hiatus, we've been picked up by Amazon Music.
Yay!
Yeah, so just another platform. Yeah, shout out to Amazon, and I'm looking forward to Prime Day.
Yes, it's coming up soon.
They're not paying us to say this,
No?
but I'm a primer.
Love Amazon. Mm-hmm.
So there we go. That's coming up very soon. So we're excited about that. Getting picked up on Amazon, a great platform to hear the podcast on, in addition to like iHeartRadio and Spotify and Apple and Google.
We're slowly growing, and we appreciate that.
Absolutely. And of course, all of our social media channels, you can follow us at UTI Music Pod on Twitter and Instagram and on Facebook.
Of course.
At Under the Influence Music Podcast.
Yes.
So our listenership and our viewers and our followers are growing.
Yes, and we appreciate all of your feedback. Like that helps us so much moving into the new podcast because we're starting a whole new season now, right?
That's right. We decided to break this up. Since we're done pandering to everybody now, let's now tell them
let's get down to
why
it.
we kind of went on a break. We have a lot of things going on.
A lot of stuff has happened. I moved day part, so I was doing nights, and now I'm doing the midday. So I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, we don't really see each other in the building every day.
Yeah.
Like maybe in passing or in the hallway. So it makes it a little bit more difficult right now to kind of get in the same room and do our run sheet for the show and kind of nail down some of the episodes but I think we have it now. We have several that we're excited about that are coming up, and we're throwing it into what we call season 2.
Okay, I'm excited for season 2.
Because a lot of podcasts out there do that. They do like 10, 15, 20 episodes, and they call it a season.
Right. So season 1, we made it to 10 episodes. So thank you so much. We appreciate that. And now we're starting our season 2.
I think the last episode we ended off was, I think episode 10, we had your husband Thomas in.
Yes, that was a fun one.
It was. I'm really excited about bringing him back in maybe later in this season for another episode.
Oh, yeah. He's ready for it.
He's like the biggest Tom Petty fan
I
know.
Yes, and Tom Petty's anniversary of his passing was yesterday.
Is that right?
Yes.
On October the 2nd?
Yes. So he said, we got to do a Tom Petty podcast. I'm like, we'll get there. We're getting there.
So yeah, we'll have Thomas back on the show.
Yeah.
Not Thomas Petty. I'm not sure how we could dig up those bones and whole Weekend at Bernie's kind of vibe. That's what's coming to mind right here. But I think we have a fun one for today's episode. September 15th through October 15th, which is kind of weird. Why wouldn't you start like a specific month at like the 1st and end on the 30th?
It kind of goes into 2 months, which I like that.
I do love this. It is Hispanic Heritage Month from September 15th through October 15th. So in this episode, Adri, we're going to share how Latin and Spanish music makes us feel when we hear it, and maybe share our earliest memories of hearing that genre of music.
Absolutely. And did you know, my friend, that I have some Hispanic in me, so I can speak fluent Spanish, which I haven't spoken in a while, so I'm a little rusty, but we'll practice that later in our podcast.
Ay, caramba.
Ay, caramba.
Let's get into
that
it.
R.
So let's talk about how that genre or format of music makes us feel when we hear it. I'll let you start.
It makes me happy. It always makes me want to dance, even though I'm probably one of the worst dancers on the planet. No one wants to see it, but I'll dance anyway.
The language, but you can't dance the language.
I can't. If you could picture Elaine from Seinfeld doing that crazy, jerking dance, that's me.
I love that.
That is me. So my mom grew up in Mexico City, and growing up, she spoke to me strictly in Spanish.
Yeah.
And I learned Spanish that way. And so now, as an adult, she speaks to me in Spanish, and I talk back to her in English. And We don't even skip a beat.
Is that right?
I love it. Yes. So
that is so cool.
She played a lot of flamenco music,
right?
Which is from Spain,
yes.
and it's very upbeat and just intense and just so much fun. So I listened to that growing up, and she also loved Julio Iglesias.
Oh man, talk about a legend!
Oh, he
did so much for
active.
the genre of music.
So I just love that type of music. I grew up with it. It's in my blood, and
you're like Shawn Mendes. It's in my blood.
Yes.
By the way, Shawn Mendes, side note, which we do this on our
all the time
podcast. Shawn Mendes has brand new music coming out later this year, December 4th, new album called Wonder. I'm super excited about it.
Me too. Love him.
He's one of those guys that well, he kind of incorporates a little bit of a Spanish sound to his music.
He does, and I wanted to bring up Christina Aguilera.
Yes.
She did a Spanish album, and she does amazing. I don't think a lot of people remember that because she can speak Spanish and sing in Spanish.
Yeah, it's coming back to me now. I remember like Post Genie in a Bottle and
yes.
Fighter and Beautiful and What a Girl Wants. Like
yes.
the staple, like iconic Christina songs. A few albums later, I think, yeah, she did.
Give it a
she
listen.
went back to her roots.
It's so fun, and you can dance to every song on there. I love it.
Yeah,
it's
and
really
of course,
good.
Shawn Mendes is banging Camila Cabello. So
they've got that whole tie
got the whole
together.
Cubano vibe going there.
Love those two. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're like the like a today's couple or like a power couple in music.
You know what? I would say Blake and Gwen.
Okay. They're the Blake and Gwen of
yes,
pop music?
Of the pop Latino sound.
Yeah?
Yeah, they incorporate that. Mm-hmm.
Blending their voices together, those harmonies. Senorita.
Senorita.
I mean, hey, there you go. What more do you want? That actually like transitions really well into my point. I feel one word describes Hispanic music.
Yes.
Sexy.
It's very sexy.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe it's the Spanish guitar or...
It's all
like,
of it.
Like the beat of the drum or like the horn section.
All of it.
I'm horny for some horns.
Horny for horns.
That's a t-shirt.
Gosh.
So what was your earliest memory of listening? I mean, because, like you said, it's in your blood. It's you're in your family heritage. So you grew up with it. So
and I heard a lot of Gloria Estefan, like I said, Julio Iglesias, and just even like his son Enrique, like newer. He's been around for a long time, and he really took what his dad did and took it to like the new level of music. And so, I remember listening to all that. Even Celia Cruz, which is huge. Have you heard of her before?
I've heard the name, but I'm not listening to much of her music.
She's a famous Cuban singer.
Okay.
And so if you talk about fun salsa dance music, that's what she is. Give it a listen. Yes.
She's
it's
that
so much
vibe.
fun. Oh my gosh.
You want to go dancing.
That's
or
what
you want to
need.
learn the salsa style of dancing.
Yes.
You put on Celia Cruz.
Yes. And you are good to go.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would say my earliest memory is when I was a toddler and my mom, whom I just celebrated the first anniversary of her passing earlier this week. So shout out, Mom.
Absolutely.
Love you, miss you. But Mom was a big fan of Gloria Estefan.
Me too.
And Miami Sound Machine.
Yes.
My mom wore that cassette tape out. We're talking cassettes.
I think my mom did too. It broke a few times.
MP3s weren't a thing yet. Compact disc weren't a thing yet.
It was a cassette tape.
I'm showing my age here, peeps. I know, but...
It was a cassette tape.
Right. Seriously, though, like every day was a conga at Mom's house.
Love Miami Soul Machine. That sound was so fun.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else has done that kind of sound for a long time.
It really is missing in today's music. I mean, there are some artists out there bringing it back, or there's some subtlety in some of the newer pop music.
Like I would say Shakira, tries to incorporate that, that sound that Gloria Estefan had, but I don't really hear that unique sound that Gloria had with her band.
Yeah, Miami Sound Machine, best live bands back in the day too.
Oh, I wanted to see them in concert so bad. Never got the chance. They were on my bucket list, yes.
So who else did you grow up listening to?
Oh my gosh. Oh, Selena.
All right.
Selena, just a beautiful...
Not Selena Gomez, but we'll talk about her later on.
Yes. The original.
The original Selena.
Selena.
Who Selena was named after?
Quintanilla, I want to say.
I think so, right.
Her voice blew me away. I mean, just a beautiful girl, and
right.
I always think about, what other music would she have come out with if she would have been here? Her killing, was just tragic.
It really was. It sent shockwaves through the music industry. Was it back in the 90s when that happened?
I mean,
and she was just getting started. She had a few big singles on the radio, and she was really one of the first to bring Spanish/Latino music into the mainstream.
Into the forefront.
Into like a top 40 genre.
Absolutely. And I mean,
she was taken off.
Her untimely passing was just, it sent a shockwave through everyone.
And for those who don't know, I mean, you could Wikipedia Selena, or you could Google, or you could watch the movie
with
portrayed
J-Lo.
by Jennifer Lopez. Yeah, J-Lo portrayed Selena.
Yes.
In her is it biopic or biopic?
I think it's biopic.
Biopic? Okay.
And Selena had the Tejano sound, from Texas and Mexico. So kind of blending those two genres together.
The El Paso, Houston kind of vibe.
Yes, and it just had that really cool, different sound that once you heard it, you knew it.
And then she had an obsessed, it was the president of her fan club that ended up murdering her? Is that?
I'm trying to think back. I think it was her manager or her fan club president, or she knew who she was, and she was very connected
Someone very
with
close
her.
and connected to Selena, right?
Yes.
Kind of one of those, if I can't have you, the world can't have you.
Right. So one of those, obsessions.
Right.
That just overtook this person, and it's just awful. Selena was so talented.
Yeah.
She's definitely missed.
Totally gone before her time. And I often wonder, too, if she were still here today, if she had continued making music through the mid to late 90s into the 2000s, even today, I feel like she'd be one of those artists that like a Madonna or like
absolutely.
a Mariah, Beyonce, like a one-word strong female talent, Rihanna.
And can you imagine the collaborations she would have done?
Yeah. Fuego.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. On fire.
So, I think as I got older and more interested in playing music, specifically guitar and bass, I came across some of the legendary Latin players.
Okay.
Like Richie Valens.
Oh, yes.
I'm taking it way back, like La Bamba.
Oh, yeah, La Bamba time.
You remember seeing the La Bamba movie?
I've seen it several times,
3 words, one name, one man, Lou Diamond Phillips. You're welcome.
Didn't he do an amazing job?
Yeah. Played the role perfectly.
Very good.
Yeah. It's a great movie, and it's, again, a biopic about someone's life who was taken way too soon that was super talented. Now, Richie's story is that he was he on the same plane as Buddy Holly?
Yes.
And the Big Bopper?
And the Big Bopper, yep.
That was the day the music died.
Yep. Another huge tragedy.
Listen to the song American Pie by Don McLean.
It explains it all.
Right. That's in there. So, yeah, Richie Valens started going back and learning some of his early licks and riffs.
Yeah.
And then, Paco de Lucia.
I haven't heard of.
Oh, you were talking about flamenco guitarists and Spanish guitar, acoustic players.
Okay, I'm going to write his name down.
The guy's got spider fingers,
really?
10 fingers on one hand. Okay. I don't know. It's incredible what the dude does.
Okay, I need to look him up. Okay.
Carlos Santana.
Oh my gosh. He is so amazing. I mean, not only is he a musician, he writes music, he's also into fashion. Did you know that? Where he designs handbags.
Does he really? Santana.
I have a Carlos Santana handbag.
What? I would think maybe Spanish wine or, he's got a guitar line.
I mean, yeah, fashion.
Is that something he and his wife do together?
I'm not sure, but I know it's for his foundation he does to help support music for kids, to learn how to play instruments and to get into that field. And
yeah, you always see that on the Grammy Awards and all the music shows, something about Carlos Santana and his Music Cares Fund.
Yes, the Music Cares Foundation. And, and I mean, his collaboration with Rob Thomas, who I absolutely adore. I mean, that song is just smooth. I mean,
it literally is smooth is the title of the song.
It's one of my favorites.
Like Richie, Carlos Santana, Paco de Lucia, they were the gateway to me discovering more Spanish music and a lot of Latinos that helped make their genre more mainstream and the massive worldwide appeal that's also paved the way for a lot of today's Hispanic artists.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're going into Ricky Martin, Shakira, Marc Anthony, J-Lo even, And I really love, have you heard of this singer, Alejandro Sanz?
Oh, yeah. I'm familiar with Alejandro Sanz.
I love his voice.
Yeah?
Love him. Yes. One of my favorites.
So let's talk about some of the most influential Latino artists of all time. We're probably going to leave some out. There's some on our list that are maybe a little bit of a question mark.
Okay, I
just
want you to
because some
start.
of them are like, well, it's not real Latin music. He's just